Hey everybody, welcome to Tezos-Artcast. I'm Jeff, aka PC84. This is Tezos-Artcast number 11. NFT Raider in the chat already. Hey, what's up? Super stoked today. I don't know, I get super stoked every week, but really excited to have Joab from Tezotopia on. gif.games to talk about Tezotopia, which is something we've covered a little bit of gaming on Tezos, but not a lot. We had Flygor on as one of our first guests to talk about the Puncto card game, and and that's mostly we talked to some artists and. Yeah, we want to cover all the things. So gaming, art, music, poetry, everything. So get started pretty soon here. Rexin. Hey, what's up, Rexin? What's going on? Good Times will be joining us shortly. And he's actually messaging me right now. Good Times will be joining us from work, live and direct. But I'm going to go ahead and bring our guest on and introduce everybody. So please welcome to the Tezos-Artcast, Joab. Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. How's it going?
Excellent. Got the AirPods rocking. They sound good.
Yeah. Does it sound good? Everything sound good? Yeah. All good.
Awesome, and got coffee too.
Sure, it's coffee.
Very important. Awesome, man. So welcome. I'm really excited to have you on. What's your role with gif.games exactly? Can you tell me a little bit about gif.games and?
Sure, yeah. Well, gif.games started with. I'm hearing feedback. gif.games started on the Ethereum network, actually. And at the time, it was just little quick GIF games that I was posting on Twitter where they'd speed up and you'd click and stop or try and stop it at a certain moment so you can win the GIF or whatever.
Right.
And so I posted those, and that's kind of how I got started. And then when I transitioned, I was looking for a network that, wasn't such high cost on the gas fees and just a cleaner network. And I started exploring, looking around what different networks were around, and I found Tezos. And I found the Tezos community to be incredibly open arms, friendly community, super hungry for innovation and change, and that really inspired me to do more with GIF games. And so I took it to the next level and started creating, this Tezotopia. I started creating this sci-fi NFT-based game idea and getting people excited. I released collectibles at first, and then, started ramping up and announcing, when I was going to release the Genesis block and all that. And now it's just taken off these last 3 weeks or so. The land grab cells have been out there. It's just been kind of a whirlwind and the change, and now it's just faster paced trying to get this game out and into the hands of everybody. Hopefully, in the next 3 to 4 months now.
Awesome. Tezos CEO is in the chat, aka Bouncing Dead Cat, asking about the next land grab already, but I think that's getting ahead of ourselves. Bouncing Dead Cat, welcome to the chat, by the way. So did you originally? Have you been kind of designing games like GIF games for a long time, or was gaming something new to you when you were starting on the Ethereum network?
Oh, I like in high school. What is that? 20 years ago or so. I was I was creating, maps and levels for Half-Life mods. And
Okay.
yeah, so back then, and then I was creating RPG, forum RPGs, like text-based RPGs. And one of them was called Tezotopia RPG. I don't know if you can still find that forum somewhere out there. And that was also world creating. So I kind of have this maybe weird obsession with world creation. I've always liked creating maps and always liked creating, different worlds that people can dive into and enjoy, and really let their imagination take hold of what they're doing. So my career is I own a media company, right? And so my career took a turn, and I just started focusing on marketing and media. And I would always dabble as a hobby in kind of just creating little HTML5 games.
Right.
But now I'm all in, and so this has kind of been a dream since I was a teenager or whatever, to just go all in, do the indie game developer thing, and make it happen.
Nice.
And so far, so good,
Yeah. And I mean, the graphics alone are really freaking cool. Do you have a team that you're working with? Is it just you, or what's the
right
team
now I'm
look
doing
like?
all the artwork and all the artwork and the game design. I recently hired on a front end developer. He's helping out, and he's also learning a little bit about smart contracts. So to get us to that next level of making those NFTs actually function the way they're supposed to function in the game.
Right.
And I'm going to bring on another smart contract developer as soon as I get all the logic and everything down, as far as like the data sets and all that, how to make sure that what I'm envisioning I can communicate properly to a developer. I don't want to just bring somebody in and just like, hey, you figure it out. Let me
Right.
let me get it all down first and make sure everybody's aware.
Now for like people who are maybe working on like games of their own off chain, like just kind of like traditional, like you were saying, like how you started out, like making like levels and worlds for Half-Life, or making kind of DLC kind of content for people to explore. What's been your experience in transitioning to like utilizing smart contracts and NFTs? Is it a big shift in how the games are made, or does it open up a whole, like, open up possibilities that you didn't have before?
I think it's definitely opened up possibilities I didn't have before. And I think that's mainly because of the Tezos community, because the Tezos community is like everyone's cheerleader. We all want to succeed together. And so that's definitely opened up a lot of opportunity. But beyond that, I think what NFT-based gaming and blockchain gaming does is opens up the opportunity to allow the game to incentivize players, right? Now there's an incentive for them. Hey, they can earn Unobtanium, they can earn resources, and they can resell their NFTs. Things are taking on value now. And as they play the game, I've always described the game, as yield farming with a game built on top of it. And so, if you don't want to be an active player or active role, right now the theory is staking your NFT and staking your land block, your Tezotop, and earning from that. So if you just want to do that and then resell your block later, or just earn what you can earn and bring in like a passive income or whatever on it, and not play the game or be an active player, that's fine too. But I do hope that people will play the game, and there are people that are pretty ramped up and excited in the chat and on Twitter, to get their hands on the game.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
puts a lot of pressure on me, but but it's good pressure. It's good pressure to have.
It is good pressure for sure.
Accountability.
Can you because Tezos and blockchain gaming is kind of walking this line of money and art and gaming, like it's all tied to a currency. So topics like yield farming are really new to people who maybe are just coming in seeing like, oh, this looks like a cool game. Can you just explain a little bit about what yield farming is, just like a very vanilla description? Because I'm not super familiar with it. I think I understand it.
Yeah. In this case, you're staking your NFT for yield. So normally and traditionally, you would stake a token that's a fungible token, not a non-fungible token. You would stake a fungible token and get LP liquidity pool points or liquidity pool tokens, which you can then stake and earn more tokens on top of that. So you're providing liquidity is essentially what the yield farming for decentralized finance, that's essentially what's going on there, to provide liquidity, pump up the token liquidity. Here, you'll be staking your NFT and earning resources in the game, that then you can unstake or release into your wallet. So just like in any real-time strategy game, we're going to have minerals, we're going to have energy, we're going to have machinery, and then Unobtanium, which is going to be the token of Tezotopia. So those 4 resources are what's going to be earned in-game, and the idea is to allow players to click out, claim their rewards, and be able to trade their minerals or energy or their Unobtanium freely, and use that Unobtanium to create more Tezotop blocks. So they'll be able to create their own blocks, put them on the map, resell them, or use them and play on those blocks and build up on those blocks.
Awesome. Okay, so
it's the yield farming, but then I went on to
that's perfect. It's perfect. You were saying it's like a hybrid.
It's a hybrid sense because it's NFT staking. And that's something that, a community member brought up, and he, because we're trying to figure out how you would stake that plot of land, and because it's got unique modifiers and unique multipliers. And Mac, one of our community members, said, hey, maybe we should you could stake the NFTs. And I think that's a brilliant idea and something that we'll explore. But otherwise, I think maybe the alternative could be in-game, the resources are piling up, and then you claim whatever's been piled up in the game. But yeah, those are things to explore.
Yeah,
development continues.
It's interesting because that adds you've already you've got like a traditional, or I understand traditional kind of NFT mentality is, this is scarce. There's only, X amount. That scarcity adds to the value. But to have something that you can, like you said, stake, where it's accruing that unobtanium, as it's called in the game, or the resources. So it's not just a static piece. It's something that's growing as it's like a real world piece of land would be doing. You would be cultivating it essentially. That's cool. And that adds to the value. So it's not just, like you said, I think that's really neat that you can be passive in the game, but still be getting some benefits from it. Or you can be fully engaged and be getting some benefits. I'm going to bring on our co-host, Good Times. He's chiming in from work. He's our gaming aficionado. He's welcome, Good Times. Oh, I can't hear you. Good Times. This is Joab. Oh, he's having audio trouble. Not yet.
Good Times is having a bad time.
Yeah. He could sign.
Oh boy. Wow.
Too heavy for me right now. Good Times. Flygore is in the chat. He says, I was waiting for this live explanation. Awesome. Gonna dine with you two on. Awesome. Welcome to the chat, Flagor. Flagor is he's done the Puncto and Pirate, Tezos Pirates.
I got a pirate.
Yes. Me too. I fucking love those pirates. Generative stuff is so cool. It's just, yeah. And like I said, it's neat to be talking to people with these different projects because you really get, everybody's coming from a different place. And like you said, the Tezos community is really, it's really forthcoming and embracing. Like I've just met so many cool people already. And, if you have questions about the technology behind it, everybody's pretty forthcoming with information of what they're doing. It's just a lot of sharing going on, so it's really cool. Are you? Oh, something changed. Is that you? No. Good times?
Yes. No.
No. Okay. Okay. NFT Raider is posting the Illuminati eye here. So
it's all coming together.
It's all that's right. That's right.
The new world order.
So you're so Tezotopia. I keep saying Tezotopia, but Tezotopia. So you've always had kind of a love for world building and stuff, and that's kind of what brought this on. So right now you had Joab is a pirate too, Flagor says. Sorry. There, Oris is in the chat, distracting. Got a little background music there. That's right. That's right. Rico, say hello to Flagor and my bro Joab. That's him.
Rico. Shout out to Rico, one of our active community members. One of our first, really active and welcoming community members, and so he earned an admin role just for being such a nice dude.
Nice. So where can people get engaged in the community? You have a Discord or
we had Telegram right now. I know I need to set up a Discord as well. But yeah, right now we have a Telegram group, and it's just gif.games. Just search gif.games, all one word, or gif.games, one word, and that's the Telegram. And then I'm active on Twitter, so everything kind of gets blasted out on Twitter.
Right.
At gif.games.
Perfect. So just like that, spelled gif.games.
Right.
In the Telegram. Awesome. So yeah, if you're not involved in the chat yet or in the community on there, I have not been yet on the Telegram. I do engage in that. I've been thinking about setting up a little Discord as well. So it's a nice server model for everything. T-Lit T says, I've been building a community in a custom-built tea house world on topia.io, but the product is missing some gamification. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if that's similar.
Not sure. Let's see, Topia.
Topia.io. Good Time says, not sure what happened, but I'm watching it work. I'm going to one more time try to bring him in. Safe Tea Shop, topia.io/tea house. I can recommend.
Few pleasures in life. Outshine a hot cup of tea in good company.
That's right. Now, Good Times is in the chat. He's backstage as well, but he says he wants to recommend Gamification by Yukai Chow. Gamification book. Let's see if I can. Good Times, is your audio sorted, or are you going to be in the chat? He's going to be in the chat. All right.
Okay. Cool.
No worries. But yeah, he said that's a phenomenal book. Have you looked into aspects of gamification in the past, like kind of like theory of gamification and whatnot, or?
That's funny because oh my God, when was it? I had a failed app that I was working on back in like 2012, 2013. And it was gamifying just regular life, real life stuff, you know? And so I was working on it with a buddy of mine, and, you know, it was every activity known to man or whatever that you can do, you would earn experience points on. And I think the 3 levels were health, knowledge, and community is what you would earn points on. And so those you would level up on. So yeah, the gamification aspect, I've done quite a bit of research because that's been something I've been interested in, and even gamifying your own like health and gamifying your own, you know, mind and all that stuff and your hobbies. So that's funny. It was called Huzzah, but I never went there. We didn't get past like 6 months of doing anything. And so yeah, no, gamification is great because it allows, you know, the player or the user or whatever to always be reaching towards a goal. And I think to get philosophical in life or whatever, I think it's beneficial to have what may seemingly be an unattainable goal that you're always reaching towards, that you're always endeavoring toward, just to keep you motivated, keep you, you know, going, and you know, to help you improve upon the things that you're lacking at, right? So always reaching and always going towards something else. And I think putting gamification into elements of life, but also in gaming, right? And obviously this is a game, so yeah, so you know, putting it into there, you know, you'll always strive to, you know, have the best lands, or have, you know, the most buildings, or have the biggest army, or you know, what have you. And you know, introducing badges for, you know, early adopters, and badges for different, you know, aspects of the game, I think will add to that level of gamification where people can earn a badge, you know, for being the top 100 Tezotop holders or the top 10 holders, and etc. So yeah, no, the gamification aspect is, yeah, it's an exciting part of, you know, making something more fun and more, you know, engaging.
Right. Jared Smith in the chat. We started to go into it, so I didn't pop it right away. But he was asking what is gamification. I think that was a good kind of general primer of like what some of the things that gamification does, and just to kind of shorten it, it's adding elements of gaming and like a reward system to your life, right? I mean, or to anything that you're like to things that you're doing. So if you're making a game, gamification would be, like you said, creating a badge for somebody who's been, you know, in the chat all the time. They earn a super chat reward or something like that, you know, let them know that they're part of the tribe.
I think a lot of the gamification stem from like role-playing games, right? Because you know, you're leveling up, you're gaining experience, you're practicing your skills in the game, so you can earn greater artifacts or greater weapons or whatever that you'll be able to, you know, use in the game. So yeah, gamifying is super interesting, and
it is. It is. Good Times has been trying to get me to read that for quite a while.
Okay.
And I keep hearing about it, and I know, like, on the surface, kind of what gamification implies and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things that keeps circling back on me. Like, it's time to look more into this.
More zombies comment. Joab looks super comfy in the hoodie, and that's all I can think about. It is so comfy. This is such a comfy hoodie.
Hoodies are life. I always bring up, Good Time says, I always bring up the fact that when we're young, we use our imagination to have a running guy next to the bus or car or whatever to pass time. Clearly, there must be an evolution of that as adults, and so here we are. Oh, are you talking about like going like this? I always do this, like when I was on a road trip, like Oh my God, look how fast my little finger guy is going. Tlet T says that she uses MMO game design theory when building the T community. So yeah, so I
want to learn more about this tea community, this tea house thing. I'm gonna look into that.
Absolutely. Tlet T she's a super community builder and helps. She's definitely at the forefront of kind of a new tea movement over the last like 10 years that's brought a lot of transparency in the tea industry. And she's awesome. So definitely look into her. And some of the best tea I've ever had was because of Tlet T. So, literal tea and gaming space tea, I guess.
Virtual tea. What's the tea?
What's the tea? What is the tea, Joab? That's the question. What's the tea?
Boy.
What's the tea on the Tezos?
Let's see here. Mercenary market, which will be. This is an idea that Chris from Calumet pitched, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea." To release units beforehand. So I'm going to release them in waves. So there'll be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and etc. Earlier waves will be more unique, less editions of those units. And so here in the next couple of months, couple of weeks, I'm going to release the mercenary market, which will be in early access to getting units for the game. And they'll have their modifiers on them, their health points, their attack points, and defense points. So you'll be able to see that and see which units are better. So that's coming in addition to the blocks continuing on 3 days every weekday. So every weekday launching 3 new Tezotops and only announcing an hour before, because I'd announce a day before, like 12 hours before, and the usual group would just be kind of sitting around waiting for that hour. And I want to diversify the playing pool, and I think just doing it an hour before keeps people on their toes, and also just because these things sell out in like less than 2 minutes or so, and so people are watching. They're like hawks waiting for the Tezotops to go up.
Right. Yeah. And so like on screen right now, this is kind of what a Tezotop looks like. And this is like a piece of land.
Not a piece of bland. How dare you?
Did I
Freudian.
A piece of bland. Man. An amazing piece of artwork and resourceful. Clearly a place of abundance and resourcefulness. I always
like the isometric style. That was kind of the inspiration. People ask, are these actually 3D? No, they're all 2D blocks. So you won't be able to rotate them or anything. Sorry.
Right.
But they're 2D blocks. But yeah, no, I try to figure out the best way to sell land, right? And I think in a virtual aspect or a digital aspect, and especially in blockchain, right? People are used to blocks and blocks, Genesis block and block, whatever umpteenth number it is, right? So I took those two elements and kind of created the blocks, the Tezotops, and named them Tezotops because it's Tezotopia, and so.
Right. Yeah. Now here's a question. I don't know if you get this a lot, but is Tezotopia flat or is it round, or is that a mystery to be determined?
The eye of the beholder. It's what you desire it to be.
All right.
So the original map of Tezotopia was already like laid out, and I was like, I want to give the players the opportunity to build on it. So first, obviously this is the initial cell, and so I have a lot of input into these initial blocks.
Yeah.
But later, when it's off my hands and people are using Unobtanium to create their Tezotops, the idea is to get a little editor in there so they can drag in a mountain or whatever on the Tezotop and design it themselves, or put a little stream or whatever, and then just release it as a PNG block, whatever block it is at that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the vision there. When people start creating Tezotops, is to allow them to take hold of how the world's going to look.
Now, so some of these early blocks, I was reading, that they're rich with this resource that you call Unobtanium, which is an awesome name. Like just from Git, like drop. That's just like freaking.
Avatar.
It's awesome. I don't know. But I'm just curious, will the land, like as people use their resources on the land, will that be reflected visually?
Not understanding.
So I guess I'm maybe I'm thinking too real world, but like if you've got like a lot of Unobtanium and you've got this mountain range, will selling your Unobtanium change the look of the mountain range or anything?
No, because then that would be like altering. No, I think the land or the way the block will look is going to stay as is.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I figured I'd ask.
Good question. Because there are. Somebody made a joke because Unobtanium in the lore of Tezotopia is an anti-gravity material that's why it's used to create these Tezotops so they're able to float.
Right.
And so there's some blocks out there that have floating islands. In the chat joke, like, when they deplete all their Unobtanium, these floating islands are just gonna fall.
Yeah.
But no, that's not gonna happen. The blocks are just gonna kind of stay static and as is.
Moist Zombie says, what's going to happen to the lands once it's fully mined of materials?
Well, then we move to other planets and nearby moons, and maybe other resources abound nearby.
Ooh, I like it. I like that you're leaving it open to expansion. Other lands.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's Tezotopia. There's other planets floating around, so that's the idea. And you do the math. The depletion of Unobtanium could take up to 5 years, honestly. But we'll see if the game base grows.
Right.
Well, level, then maybe who knows? We have to create new plans.
I mean, I was looking, and these blocks are going for a good amount. I mean, they're dense with resources, and people are waiting to scoop them up because, looking on Calumet, I mean, are they on the auction function?
So I put some on the auction function. I'm not a big fan of the auction function.
Okay.
I feel like it was very anticlimactic the first time I did it, based on these land grabs where people are just like, let's go, let's just like jump on this land that's available now. Whereas the auction, I think people waited for like the last hour to throw up, some Tezos because nobody wanted to be the first.
Right.
So it took a while, and it was just too slow. I might do auctions later. I know I did the Genesis block on a descending auction, but I had promised some community members, we'll have cheaper blocks of land, but the demand is too high. to justify that right now. And so
Sure.
I think as the map starts expanding, sure, there'll be, blocks of land for 10 tezos or, 20 tezos, a lot more affordable.
Right. You got to figure out. I think for people coming later, they've got to figure out how to take the desert piece of land that's Las Vegas and turn it into Las Vegas.
Right.
That's going to be my goal is
Yeah.
to find that little scrap, and then use my gamification skills by that point to hookers and blow. Well,
Yeah,
I mean that's
exactly.
Bring all the boys to the yard.
Yeah, yours is going to be the party block.
That's right. Andy, Good Time says, better watch out for the Tezos pirates as they go through the digital ocean of Tezotopia.
Ooh.
Sailing the seas of Tezotopia.
A lab.
That's right. That's right. Well, and that's an interesting thing too. Is again, like you said, with everybody kind of cheering for each other, it invites a lot of opportunity for collaboration. Have you talked to anybody about that, or have you reached out to some other teams about future collaborations, or maybe other side projects, ideas and stuff?
Yeah, there's one project on Calumet right now called Ring World, and I've kept a good healthy conversation with him because essentially what we're going to build on Tezotopia is going to be trading card style battles, and so there's a lot of trading cards out there on different NFT sites.
Right.
So if gif.games can just open source this and allow them to add their trading cards and add their functionality to it. So that's on the gif.games horizon as far as a plan to allow all these NFTs that are floating around as trading cards, but let them have a platform where they can let players use them and D&D style kind of roll your dice and have a battle.
Oh wow.
So that's on the front of mind, absolutely. And Ring World is one of those that I kind of want to loop in because his artwork's really cool, and the kind of the story behind that he's creating, the little mythology behind his world is really interesting. So yeah, everyone check out Ring World. It's some cool shit.
Nice. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to check that out. And that sounds really great. Like being able to. So in the long run, you mentioned the Marauders being a part of the game, or did I say that right? The Marauders or the Mercenaries?
Mercenaries, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So is that kind of one of those card elements that you're talking about, where?
Sure. So
for the gameplay,
these are just units for hire, right? So that'll be one of the elements in Tezotopia. Is going to be the marketplace. Obviously, is where you're. Hey, I don't want to wait to gather my machinery and energy resources to create my own units. I just want to go to the marketplace and buy some mercenaries because I either want to raid or I want to attack another player or whatever.
right.
So that's going to be one of the elements. We're going to need tools or machines to mine on the land. There's different buildings. I got totally distracted. ADD over here.
No, you're good. You're good.
So tools and machines. There's different buildings that you'll be able to build, and I've been promising a unit and building guide, and I want to perfect it. I want to make sure it's nice looking, but also it makes sense. I've been promising it for the last 2 weeks, and that'll have all that information. Like what units will create what buildings will create what units, and how much resources they'll produce on top of the resources you're already producing. So that information's coming, and I just want to make sure it's presentable and makes sense.
Right. Nice. Yeah. So you'll be able to mine. use different machines and stuff to get unobtanium. And you mentioned raiding other players or attacking other players.
Yeah, so there'll be player versus player battles, and I know some people are hesitant toward that idea. So there will be raids that you can just conduct on your own land to look for unique NFT artifacts or loot boxes. So right now those two experiences are going to be different. So player versus player is going to be more trading card battle, and then the raids, it's a solo experience, will be more like an RT, real-time strategy where you're dragging your units and fighting aliens or whatever things are in your land that you can fight. Right. And then that'll unlock some NFTs. And toying with the idea of setting wagers on player versus player battles. So setting wagers on, hey, I'm going to put up so much unobtanium if I win this battle, et cetera, right? But also allowing you to earn badges and allowing you to earn more NFTs if you win battles. So those are, things in the works as far as how the battle engine is going to work.
Nice. Well, that sounds awesome. That's a lot of stuff going on. Like it's good that you got a team and you clearly have a vision. So, I mean, the artwork and just the layout of the website and everything. It seems like it's got a bright future and excited user base.
Yeah, I'm excited and to get this thing, in the hands of people, and for sure, the early adopters will be invited to be beta testers and find the kinks and make sure everything's running smoothly.
Yes, awesome. Now, do you have any, as far as like visual style and stuff? Were you inspired by anything? You mentioned a few things, but just specifically, do you have some inspiration or some artists that you really draw from, or games, I guess?
Yeah, games. I mean, I'm drawing a lot from the games of like my era, the real-time strategies of like 90s real-time strategy games like Warcraft 2 and StarCraft.
Sure.
Really drawing a lot of elements from there. The movie Avatar. I have a book. Wait, there's a book.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Please. Usually I'm the one getting up to go grab something, so this is good. Safe Tea Shop says, my jam's right there.
So, Noah, it was Darren Aronofsky made a movie, Noah, and it's like nothing, it's not biblical at all, but it's like a graphic novel that's got so much cool shit in it, and a lot of the elements of, so it's like Earth, but it's kind of like an alien Earth in this this book or this graphic novel.
Yeah.
And so drawing inspiration from the movie and drawing inspiration from that graphic novel to create, the basis and the kind of the aesthetic. And so are those early real-time strategy games like StarCraft and even the movie Avatar. So, yeah. So, I haven't from all sorts of alien type things, and I like the uniqueness of this one because it's like it's this world before the world as we know it or whatever. So it's still kind of an alien world in a sense.
And that's the Noah.
Yeah, Noah.
You're talking about. And Darren Aronofsky did Pi, right?
He did Pi. He did Black Swan.
Yes.
The Fountain as well. Really cool visuals. But yeah, Noah. It's his take on the story of Noah, and it's nothing like the biblical version. It's kind of this cool world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Pi was one of like those movies I remember seeing when I was like 21, 22 and being really stoned and just like I'm like, "Oh my god. Like I have to show every single person I know this movie." And it's like if you're over at my house like and it's getting late, it's like, "All right, let's watch some movies." Requiem for a Dream and Pi, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like really weird, fucked up, but like yeah, just far out, and the visual aspect of it was always so great. So I'm definitely gonna have to check out Noah.
Yeah, check it out because the visuals are really cool. And so yeah, so that played into it. Also wanted to have a playfulness to Tezotopia. So
Yeah,
the gold and the purples and stuff like that. So I'm drawing from these like high art, kind of graphic novels, but I'm also drawing from the user interface designs of mobile games that are attractive to kids, and visuals, and kind of like putting those two worlds together.
sure. Yeah, I think and I think it's going to be. I think it's such a cool time to be involved in blockchain gaming specifically, just because there are kids growing up right now that this will be the norm. This will be what they know is
Right.
in-game assets and evolving trading, digital assets and digital cards. And I mean, we've already got a generation that's fully immersed in gaming, and that's a regular part of their lives. But as far as dealing with cryptocurrency and stuff, that won't be a huge block for people. It'll just be part of day to day. Safety Shop says, does blockchain help reduce lag for player versus player?
We will always experience lag. I'm sorry. Some of the elements in the game, when you're not PvP, you're not doing the battles, the PvP battles, they're going to be trading card battles. So I don't think it's going to be very, intensive on, bandwidth intensive. I don't think multiplayer blockchain, does anything different than, just regular multiplayer. So no, you will experience lag if there are moments of bad latency.
Lag will always be there.
Lag will always be there.
Oh, that's great. So we usually spend about an hour with our guest, and then we try to spend an hour exploring the Tezosphere and exploring some art. So you're welcome to join us in that if you're interested, or if I want to make sure you have time to plug any other projects that you're working on or any other things before we kind of wrap up. But
no,
yeah.
just keep refreshing gif.games on Calumet. And
yes.
see if anything. Follow us on Twitter, gif.games. I'm going to try and get the our Facebook page active, because I keep getting people landing on the Facebook page, and I haven't updated it since I was doing the little animated GIF games.
Right.
So yeah, we can definitely add pirate raids to Tezotopia.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they could be those pirates that are just living out there on the islands.
Yeah. I did want to ask you too. Sorry, my brain's a little scattered today. Calumet, is there a reason that you chose Calumet as the platform to be minting with? Because a lot of our exploration when we're looking at art and music and everything, a lot of it with Hicket Nunk has been really easy to explore and just kind of find new stuff a lot. Calumet is clearly set up differently, and we do visit it, and I love that community as well. but I'm when I encounter artists, I'm trying to get a sense of if you know, their project felt. Some people feel like their project has more of a home on Calumet than it does on Hic et Nunc, or vice versa. You know.
I think I felt that way. A lot of things on Hen are like avant-garde, and like I don't know. It just felt weird, kind of like, oh, let me tow my little gaming stuff in here. It didn't feel appropriate, and there was also the aspects of wanting to have the NFTs to have their ticker symbol. So my ticker symbol is TZ-top, right? And
right.
On Hen, everything's an object, right? Everything's a OBJKT. And
right.
So that was another aspect that I wanted to make sure, our NFTs are, tokenized, and they actually have, a ticker associated with them. So
sure. Okay.
That was a big part of that decision as well.
Gotcha. Because I guess I didn't realize that, but yeah, every NFT that is minted on Hen is an object, by default in your wallet, object, whatever number, and then you've got your information attached to it. But you're saying with Calumet, you have the ability to make sure that your token has its own thing. Oh, okay. That's and especially from a marketing standpoint, from us with a game, it's important to have consistency throughout, from top to bottom. So that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Flygor says, based on the size and bounties of your crew, you can try to plunge a block of a percentage of its resources every once in a while. Got an idea. I'm not sure. Based on the size and bounty.
Well, I think version 2 Tezotopia, I want to introduce events. That'll pop up. When you log into your world. So maybe pirate raids could be an event that happens to you, and maybe you lose resources or something like that. But that's hard to justify when people are paying $2,000 or $3,000 for their block, and then get an event that takes their minerals away, so there's got to be a smart way to do it. But I definitely want to have event-based actions where you can kind of click through and make a decision based on the event.
Right. I mean, you could almost like during an event, it could be kind of like a pool of resources get thrown into a pot. If you're going to participate in the event, you're giving up 10 obtanium. You put 10 obtanium into the pot. Everybody puts 10 obtanium into the pot, and then then they're able to kind of mitigate their loss.
Sure. Yeah. Well, maybe like you participate into events, like they don't just happen automatically. Yeah, that's possible. So you're willing to take the risk of losing minerals by agreeing to turn on events or whatever.
Yeah, or like a raffle. I guess I remember one of the first smart contracts I tried to learn about was like a raffle token contract or something where everybody puts in a Tez, and then the winner gets 10 Tez out of 10 players, and setting up an event like that where it's raffle style but with some gaming in it, like a staking event or something. Moist Zombie says. Moist Zombie, God, what a name.
Moist. He's Moist Zombie. People are so weird about the word moist.
Dewy Zombie.
He's a moist zombie. He's a fresh zombie. He's a brand new zombie.
That's right. Do you like horror? You like zombie films, sci-fi?
Oh yeah. That was one of those off ideas that you get when your head just starts going, and you're like, oh, I want to create more games. I want to do more things, and augmented reality zombies.
Right. Yeah.
NFT augmented reality zombies around. Somebody make it. Go do that one.
Yeah.
You can collect zombies around your neighborhood.
That's right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, okay, as a game developer, as just a creative person, how do you decide what project to pursue?
It's taken so long to get my head to just be like, all right, you're doing this, and that's what you're going to stick to, and you're going to do that. It's taken so long for me to get to that point. And because before I was just like, all right, I'm going to do this project, this project, this project.
Yeah.
And then nothing would get done because I'm doing too many things at once. So it's something I know I enjoy, and I am invested in and have created a lot for it. And so now it's just stay focused. Like now, just stay in this Tezotopia lane. You picked it, own it. So absolutely, it's taken a long time. It's not going to happen overnight, because I know a lot of us creatives are the same way, where it's just like,
absolutely.
Oh, I got this great idea at 4 a.m. and now I'm going to fucking go do it. And then you abandon the other idea, or you eat up a lot of the time and you get scattered. It's just got to be like a kind of like a self-discipline and realization that shit doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
All right. See one thing through until it's done.
Until it's on, cruise control, right? Like until you got it on a ramp that it's there's no way it's gonna fall off that ramp. So yeah, right now I'm just like, I have this other idea. And I'm just like, shut up, let's just do this. Let's just go, let's just do this.
Yeah, I think every single person I talk to on the show like creates like some idea, and I'm just like, ooh, I got to jump on it. But since that's happened every show, now I'm like, well, okay, there's just no way. I can't.
No way.
We were talking to Oni Metal last week. Adele Oni Metal does some really cool like dark artwork, and I was like, we should make a dark arts marketplace, like just for horror fiction, horror art. You'd have like your blood token, that would be the name of the token and all this stuff, and it's like, I so want to like just jump into it, but no, we got to just put it out there for someone else. Like you said with the zombie AR, it's like, I hope somebody makes that.
I really do too.
I will play the crap out of it. Have you messed around with AR at all?
No. I know a few people that are really good with it and are doing things in the AR space. So it would be quite easy to partner up with somebody and just do some AR stuff. But no, not personally.
Yeah, it's a really I think, kind of experiencing VR. I have a VR headset and enjoy that from time to time. But I think it seems like in the long run, AR, it's, to me anyway, seems like more of a natural progression that will really take root, because as far as gaming goes, as far as just kind of being in everyone's life, being able to be...
It's the bridge to virtual reality. I think virtual reality came before augmented reality, and I think it was too novel of an idea for the masses to engage into virtual reality, right? So gotcha. I think augmented reality will be the bridge to get us to the point where we're all just sitting in pods one day and just living in our virtual world. But no, I mean, the fact that you can just take your phone and walk around and experience augmented reality, that's cool. And I think it's a lot more easy to adopt that than having to buy a whole headset and having to buy a whole thing, and you gotta connect it to your PC, or you gotta connect to your game console or whatever. And also, you just look silly wearing a giant headset,
Yeah, exactly.
So,
because So are you familiar with zines, like old school, like Xerox magazines, basically? Like, so I've always been like a huge fan, collector of zines, like just in that world for a long time. Um, and since I got involved in all of the crypto and everything, like so much of the art I'm consuming and viewing has been digital, and so now I just recently saw somebody who had there was a magazine that was made, and it was all generative artists in the magazine, and so you had the print magazine, but then you brought out your phone, and then you could see what you could see what the generative art looked like active, and that was just that like blew my mind. I'm like, this is a great tie-in to some of those more traditional forms of media, because there is something about, for me anyway, about losing a magazine under my bed or under my couch, and it's gone for 10 years, and then I move out, or I move the couch to get rid of it, and there's this thing that I had forgotten about that I really liked, and thumb through it, and it hasn't changed at all. So there's something to having like that physical copy that I love, and but tying it together has always kind of not made sense to me. So that was like a mind-blowing moment.
I think it'll become like how ebooks, people prefer having a library in their house. They want to feel and touch their books. Where I prefer, I always want things on my phone where I can just pick up my book at any point. I think it's going to be based on preference, right? So,
sure.
It's a brave new world.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of books, any favorite books?
Oof.
You mentioned one earlier. Well, you mentioned the gamification book earlier, but
oh yeah, no, that was what's his name? Mentioned that one.
Good Times. But you had said that there was a while ago you read one, but that was kind of in passing. That wasn't a favorite book necessarily.
No, it wasn't a favorite book. Yeah, I read mostly like nonfiction. I haven't even read a good book in a long time, so I'd be lying to you if I pull one out. *Sapiens* is probably the last good book that I read. Let me look at my Kindle. Let me look at my Kindle. And
you said *Sapiens*?
Yeah.
You said nonfiction is a big part of what you read, though.
Right.
Yeah. My wife, like, she almost refuses to read fiction. Like, she will at some points, but it's very rare. It's just she just loves her fiction, or nonfiction. I mean, and
yeah, I just can't get into a fiction book. I'll start, and then I'm just like, this isn't real, or like,
right. Yeah,
I can't go too far into it. But on the opposite side, I'm like, well, I love to create fictional stuff, or I like to create.
Right, sure.
So it's so strange. I don't know.
Hey, that's the human experience, right?
Yeah. All right. I can't find my Kindle stuff.
No worries. But what's *Sapiens* about?
It's just
humans?
Like, it's about the story of humankind, and telling it from a billion years ago to now, kind of the evolution of humanity and how we've advanced, and it's just it's really well documents really well the history of humans, and the progress of evolution, and talks about early humans and how early humans might have gone extinct, or they were outplayed by the sapiens or whatever, and just it talks about the cognitive power of early humans versus sapiens, and what sapiens were able to do versus what Neanderthals weren't able to do.
Right.
So it's just an interesting kind of look at the overview of humankind.
Right. I mean, that's like I think whether it's like fiction and nonfiction, like both are really like exploring that human experience just from different angles. Like, so,
Right.
but it's interesting that we're so interested in ourselves. Like, we're such a, like, humans are such a mystery to humans. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it all, and like, the fact that you prefer to read nonfiction, but you create these fictional worlds is interesting. Like, why, I don't know, but it's the way it is. Why we want to create, all kinds of things. It's just, yeah, it's a trip. we always linger or wander into some like weird metaphysical trip conversation on the show. It's good.
That's art, man.
That's right. Do you
Art is such in the abstract, so you can't escape it.
We had an artist, his name's Thor, from Argentina on, and he does some really cool like black and white animations, and he said something really cool, and that was that to him the blockchain space, it's like it's electronic machine, like it's an EVM or whatever, virtual machine, and art, music, games, they bring color to that, like what would be a cold machine. Like it's adding color. It's like a desert that's become a lush forest. Like, I thought that was a really cool metaphor to describe like what NFTs
that has
are.
become moist.
Yes. What once was a desiccated carcass has become now a living moist zombie.
Well, I'm gonna pop out of here. I do thank you for having me on, and as the game progresses, I'd love to come on again and chat more.
Absolutely, we'd love to have you. And I do want to let our chat members know that Joab has been kind enough to mint something special just for you guys. So if you could leave your address in the chat, or if you don't get a chance to do that, message me on Twitter at Artcast Tezos. Well, excuse me, that coffee's getting to me.
The reflux.
The reflux is real. At Artcast Tezos on Twitter. I will send you, and I'm going to pull it up real quick. Where is it? It is so cool. And thank you for doing this. Here we go. Look at this beautiful, beautiful card. Block Tez. And can you tell me about this particular card real quick before you go?
It's a tester Tezotop that we're using kind of to test the back end of the game. So if we tag a PNG to it or whatever in the game, it'll load a certain block. So we created a lot of these testers, and so now I created 25 more that are for the community. But yeah, so this was in kind of like a tester block, and it's block Tez, and
absolutely. So yeah,
25 editions.
25 editions just for you guys. And Joab, thank you so much for talking with me. And yeah, keep it up. Like, this is crazy. I'm going to be following it. And yeah, when you have some updates or do some releases, we'd love to help promote it and participate.
Cool. Thanks for having me on. I enjoyed it, and I want to do another one.
Excellent. Yeah. All right. Good to meet you, Joab, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. See ya.
All right. Later, dude. All right, everybody. That was Joab from gif.games. You can go check him out. And let me post the gif.games. Twitter at gif.games. And then you can also find out more Here we go. At tezotopia.io or tezotope.io. Topio. I made that mistake earlier. I could not find it. Now, man, I'm so stoked to see everybody in the chat. And yeah, we're definitely going to send out those NFTs. We've got a little time left, so I'm going to explore some beautiful art. I saw Citizen B in the chat. Welcome back, Citizen B. Citizen B is posting some things here. I don't know why I cannot, for the life of me, highlight that. Oncyber.io create was something I want to check out. Some things from you guys in the chat. If you have some things to link to, I want to see them. Let's explore together, and then we can run through some art. Check out some art together. It's been a while since we had some time to just chill. That's right. Just like Vegas, the desiccated carcass that has become a moist zombie. Oncyber.io create. Let's check it out. IO create. Oh. Ooh, okay, what's this now? Oncyber is awesome, Moist Zombie says. Okay, I am not familiar with this site. Huh. Okay, cool. We only detect your wallet ID to fetch assets. Huh. That's very interesting. Share your cyberlink to generate visits. Very cool. And then I'm not sure what that is exactly. On cyber. Connect your wallet, hang your assets, and I can read. I promise. I don't want you to just. It drives me crazy when someone is just like, explain this to me. I'm too lazy to Google. Like, are you really? Come on now. You got to be pretty lazy not to Google or read. Connect your wallet, hang your assets in 3D, invite people to collaborate, share your cyberlink to generate visits. That is really cool. This is the perfect way to display our NFT collection for the Artcast, because we do try, if you're new to the Artcast or this is your first time visiting us, we do try to explore the blockchain, explore art on the blockchain, and we have a little tiny budget that allows us to buy a little, NFTs for 1 Tez, so that we can, we want to support artists. This isn't just about getting likes and stuff. So this is our collection at the moment. It includes some of the artists that we've talked to in the past, and then it also just includes art from our early explorations and on. So there's some pretty early stuff here. But yeah, I definitely want to be able to share this with people. Because if you land on our hen page, it's just just our creations. So awesome. Thank you, Citizen B. This is amazing. I'm going to try that later. Perfect. Tezotopia is so cool. I'm really excited about that. A museum, like Crypto Voxel Museum. Got it. Nice. Topia Tea House. I might have to visit later. And so glad to have you guys on. Imager.zpreen PNG. I'm just checking all this stuff out from you guys. And I got, for some reason, it does not want to let me copy and paste this stuff. Oh well. Let's get into some exploration. I can turn this up a little bit, I think. So in the background here, we've got a couple of friends of the Artcast playing. We've got Hopeless Savage, and which you can find his really awesome chilled out trip hop on Bandcamp. And then another buddy of the podcast, This Horror House. You can find him on YouTube. Oh, isn't that interesting? Hey, don't look at me like that. Jeez. I gotta turn that way. Let's see if I can line myself up. That's strange. I like it. Turning Corners, it's called. Let's see if it's verified. Oh, in a minute. Maybe it's got sound too. Oh, yeah. I think one of my favorite things is like, is it a cookie? Is it a cookie? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, start over. Start from the beginning with all of the strange. Let's go about there. Oh, yeah. See if I can. It looks like a cookie. Could be a giant pill. Peppermint patty. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Excited grandparents, clown children, and pills. Yes, clown children. Lots of clown children. I wonder where this comes from. Wow. Very strange. Don't be frightened, we're your friends. Oh. It's like some Stephen King action going on now. Let's see who this is. X. Is it an allegory for ADHD? Yeah, seriously. We are your friends. Very interesting. Okay. I'm glad that it's... All right, we'll be bookmarking this one for sure. Okay. XER1 is the artist there. Very cool. Yeah. Oh man. I'm enjoying more of the seeing the photography glitched out and stuff. I didn't used to enjoy that as much, but I think just the more and more some like H.R. Geiger style infinity stuff going on here. Huh. Wild. The pastel bird. Yeah, right? That's pretty cool. Very, very like retro. Very Vegas retro, actually. Mid-mod, mid-century mod. Come on, load it up. He's gonna be a punk. I'll see. I'll come back. There we go. Elodie. Oh, one Tez. Yes. Yes, we're gonna get it. Let's get it, y'all. Vegas vibes. Feeling a little under the weather today, so you'll forgive me for not being fully prepared. It looks like Temple's got a new interface going on. Very cool. Am I in the right? Yep. Okay. Awesome. Collecting. Oh, wait. Let's double check. Make sure it's verified. We always try to... the alien couple, too. I know. We're going to go back to it. Eco Picto. Oh, cool. I have a feeling that there's going to be some cool stuff from this person in the future. Elodie is getting in my Temple wallet right now. Confirmed. You can trade inside the wallet. Huh. Receive, dApps, swap, send. Word. Very cool. Using the available Tezos dexes. Nice. Temple, for me, has been super simple, straightforward. I'm not dealing with massive amounts of Tez in it. I'm not dealing with massive amounts of tokens or minting hundreds of editions, but for casual user, it's been excellent for me. So shout out to Madfish for creating a great wallet for a user like myself. Tezos or Temple and Kukai are just fantastic. Like Kukai for the direct auth and portability and dun dun dun. Temple. Polyuridicon. Erotopolygonal Act number 6. Whew, I'm glad I got through that. Man is a being of the limit. He creates the world of work, reason, and knowledge, the world of servant consciousness, but carries the consciousness of death within himself, whose presence he has taboos and prohibitions, but whose signature is inscribed on the basis of his consciousness, and whose violence he cannot escape, since it is the cipher of his own desires. George Bastille from Tears of Eros. Tagged with erotic sex, death, desire, 3D rendering, 3D art. Let's check out what else they've got to offer. The Polygonist. Digital alchemical artworks from the first decade of the new millennium. Nice. Bookmark these, and that's pretty cool. Share them with the world through our, that's neat, through our tezos-artcast.xyz website. Some of these are taking a little while to load. Not uncommon. And that reminds me of, what was that movie? There was like a 90s movie with Michael J. Fox. Gosh. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. Oh, that's cool. That's very like zine style. Frighteners, yes, Moist Zombie. You know, that's the one. Frighteners. Oh, bummer. Frighteners, yeah. Today's a lazy day. I might have to check it out. Oh, wow. This is the polygonist. Strange. Very interesting. Damn, this one's... Woo. Rabbit hole time. Have you guys picked up any great artwork lately? Let me know. Or have you kind of discovered any artists? Yeah. Yoda, man. The Thinker. Ooh, it's loaded. Man. That's cool. I love that. If you've been on the show before by this person, yeah, I'm in love. I might get this for my personal collection. Made by Motel. Predator holding Donald Duck or something. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. Yep. That's funny. Oh, I love it. It's funny. Hot for type and thick textures. Oh yeah. Groovy. I'm gonna be watching that for sure. No, that's fun. It's a lot of texture there too. It's very cool. That's cool too. Dope. It's tripping my eyes out. Ah. Aw, kitties. I mean, you can't. There's just no defense against the cuteness of kitties. Like, it's absurd. Oh man, yeah. Jared Smith in the chat. We're gonna have to get some of your music on here sometime. Cough, cough. Deconstructed Shaun the Sheep. All right, now this has changed a lot since I first saw it. So let's see what's going on here. Come on now. Yeah, that is what it looked like, Citizen B. A deconstructed Shaun the Sheep. That's funny. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, here we go. Into the void. 30 seconds void. Let's see what happens. Wow. That was pretty cool. Ceremony 1, FM version. Original score, Scott Gelber, 2021. Let's see if Scott Gelber, Eagle Scout. Awesome. Oh, with a Death Star? Cool in my book. Good times if you're still watching. It's so generative. Very. I've been looking more and more into more and more generative art, and it is really interesting. I'm going to add it to for 0.25 Tez. I'm in for $1. Heck yeah. All right. So generative and so in it. I've been messing around with Noise Deck from our fifth episode. We had Jess Hewitt and Alex Ayers on, and they created a really cool app called Noise Deck, and I have been playing with that almost every day, and it's just got me hooked on some generative stuff. It's noise generating visuals. It's awesome. Gets me right in the feels. I had a dog like that. A little out of it lately, or in it. All right, I've seen a couple of these now. Let's check out who this is. Yes, how did you know? I've been in. I'm just here to create some art, have some fun, and see who I meet. Well, Wessel, you smoke weed, you might meet us as well. Not because you smoke weed, because I personally don't partake, but nothing against you if you do, just personal preference. What I was going to say, I bet that's his first NFT too. These are pretty cool. I dig it. Now, this reminds me a lot of, not stylistically, but we had Tezos-artcast on, who only uses MS Paint he restricts himself to using MS Paint 2009 in what he does. And this reminds me of that a little bit in that, like, those thick lines, that paint style. He was on episode, I think that was episode 7 or 8. No, 8. Really cool guy. But Wessel, same vibe, similar methods. Cool, Wessel. Really, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat. He uses only MS Paint, and it's his way of reducing the amount of effects that he has, or the amount of like reducing yourself to just using black and white, or some of those things to restrict things. Yeah. He explained it a lot better than I am right now, but it's pretty cool. We had a really good talk. We're hoping to have him on again. Flygor, yeah, retro software for sure. Object link 89519. Let's check it. 89519. Let's peep it. Urco IPA. Free beer. Do you like beer? I like beer. Take one. Locally brewed in hell. What makes this beer so special? Nothing, but it's better than water. Drink beer. Stay wild. Be kind. Hate less. Fresh like hell. Lower quality beer since past week. Original recipe. I just want to, like, grab the tab and pop it open. That's cool, though. Thanks for sharing that, Flygor. Flygor in the chat, Sharon. Some cool kaleidoscope. Oh, that's neat. Little charcoal style. Oh, that's nice. I bet that's that same artist of the Pink Flamingo. It glitches. Ice cream. You scream. She screams for ice creams. Let's go to a random. See where random takes us today. Sending out messages to the universe there. Very cool. That's kind of neat. It's a little reduced to the max. I just had that loop through my head one more time. It's like, yeah. Sometimes it takes me a little while to pick up on things like that. The thundering machine sputtered and stopped. The road warrior. Oh man, road warrior, Max road warrior, Mad Max, the Mad Max road warrior reduced. Yeah. Let's see, who is this? All right. Very cool, Ben. Ben Barthart, problem solver partner. These are neat. I say neat a lot, I realized just now. Just one of those things. I mean, by the time it takes you to get there, they'll know if it's a warning or not, yeah? Alien. I like the sci-fi references, Ben. I might pick that up later. I'm going to bookmark it, though, for sure. And just for highly visual stimulus again. Oh, there I am. Well, we picked up some good stuff today. I'm really excited. I do have to go. I have some prior engagements to attend to. Guys, thank you so much, guys and gals, people of the Tezoverse. This has been fun. gif.games, thank you for coming on. Joab, you were awesome. Moist Zombie, Citizen B, Flygore, Oris, Jared. Again, hit me up on Telet T as well. Safety Shop, Tezos CEO. Thank you guys for everything, hanging out. It means the world to me. I really enjoy this every week. Rexon, Oris, y'all rock. So thank you, and we will be back next week. Next week we've got, who do I have on the calendar? Oh, crap. I'm going to post about it soon. Thank you, guys. Peace out. I will see you next time. Next week, same time, 10:30 a.m. my time. Watch the replay when you get back home. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers. Woo!